champion of magic, John George, and world-renowned Rubik's Cuber, Tyson Mao. John George is a master magician specializing in sleight of hand magic. He has won multiple awards in the world of magic for his unique brand of entertainment. He is also an accomplished speed cuber. Tyson Mao has won a world record for the fastest solve while blindfolded. He starred in the hit TV show Beauty and the Geek, and he taught Will Smith how to solve the Rubik's Cube for his role in the motion picture, The Pursuit of Happiness. Hello, I'm Anna Ward.
And I'm John George. We're here at the Discovery Science Center in Santa Ana, California, where they're holding their annual Rubik's Cube competition.
People have come from all over the world to compete, while others have come just to watch. I personally am excited because I've always wanted to learn how to solve the cube.
Well, Anna, you're in luck. By the end of this DVD, you'll know how to solve the cube. And so will you, so stick around.
My name is Mark White. I'm 36 years old, and my fastest time solving Rubik's Cube is 46 seconds.
My name is Shirley Chang. I'm 23 years old, and my fastest solve is 12.53 seconds.
My name is Ambi Valdez. I'm 19 years old, and my fastest solve ever was 13.37 seconds.
Hi, my name is Adam Zamora. I'm 27 years old, and my fastest solve is 12.42 seconds.
My name is Stephanie Chow. I'm 19, and my fastest solve is 14.49.
My name is Andrew Nelson. I'm 18 years old, and my fastest solve is 18.24 seconds.
Welcome back. We've had an exciting day here. The competition is over, but I'm pleased to announce that all of the cubes have been solved.
That's right, the competition is over, but your adventure is just beginning.
Exactly. Let's get started. First things first, grab a cube and mix it up. Your cube will be mixed up differently than mine, but I'm going to show you a method to solve the cube no matter how it's mixed up. So, let's take a closer look. When you first look at a Rubik's Cube, you might notice that the colors are in a certain order. White is opposite of yellow, blue is opposite of green, and red is opposite of orange. This is because the centers on the Rubik's Cube never move. In order to see why this is, we need to look inside the Rubik's Cube. This is what the Rubik's Cube looks like when you remove all the pieces. You'll notice that white is on the other side of yellow, blue is on the other side of green, and red is on the other side of orange. Because of this, the centers on the Rubik's Cube are fixed. In other words, the side with the red center has to be red when it's solved. In addition to the centers, there are two types of pieces that move around on the Rubik's Cube. There are corners and there are edges. Here is a corner. You'll notice that there are three stickers. One is yellow, another is green, and the third one here is orange. The second type of piece that moves on the Rubik's Cube is an edge. Edges are in between the corners. Here are two corners, and in between, this is the edge. An edge has two stickers. This edge here is yellow, and the second sticker is green. Now that we've gotten familiar with the Rubik's Cube, let's move on to step one. The goal of step one is to make a daisy. We want to put 4 white edges around the yellow center. This is what step one looks like when it's completed. We have a yellow center, and we have 4 white edges around the yellow center. We can disregard the corners for this step. Let's try an example. Find your yellow center. We want to put 4 white edges around the yellow center. Let's look around the Rubik's Cube for white edges. This is a white corner, so we don't need it for this step. Here's a white edge, and I can put it up next to the yellow center by turning this side up. I see here there are 2 white edges. I can put this one up next to the yellow center, and I can also put this one up next to yellow center. Finally, here is my fourth white edge. I can finish this step by putting this up next to the yellow center, and there is my daisy. There are a couple things that might seem tricky, but I'm going to show you a few more examples. Here we have 3 white edges. I have a fourth white edge here, and I can put it up next to the yellow center by turning this side up. However, if I do that, I knock this edge out of place. In order to get around this, I can rotate the top so that when I put this white edge up next to the yellow center, nothing gets knocked out of the way. Here are 3 white edges. Here is my fourth white edge, and I can put it up next to the yellow center by turning it up this way. If I do this, the white edge faces the wrong way. Instead, what I need to do is I need to face the cube this way, and I need to put it up like this. However, if I do that, I knock away one of the white edges. So to get around this, I can turn the top so that nothing gets moved out of the way when I move the final white edge into place. Here are 3 white edges. My fourth white edge is here. I can put this next to the yellow center by moving this twice. If I do this, the white edge is facing the wrong way. To get around this, I need to take this out, and here you can see it's ready to go next to the yellow center. But I can't put it up right away. I need to first make sure that this white edge doesn't get taken out of position. So I rotate the top, which preserves the position of the 3 white edges that were already up there, and then I move the fourth one into place. In this last example, we have 3 white edges. The fourth edge is directly opposite of the yellow center. In order to put this next to the yellow center, we need to rotate the bottom so that the white edge is directly underneath an open slot. Then we can turn the right side twice and bring it up next to the yellow center and completing the step. Now that you're done with step 1, or the daisy, I recommend that you turn off the DVD and practice this until you feel comfortable. When you're ready, you can go on to step 2. Here is our daisy. We have 4 white edges around the yellow center. First, we need to pick one of the white edges. Here is a white edge. There are 2 stickers on this white edge. One is white, and the other one is red. The red right now is on top of the blue center. I need the red to be on top of the red center. I do this by turning the top until the red matches with the red center. Here, the red matches with the red center. Once it matches, I turn the front twice. Now I have 3 white edges around the yellow center. I repeat this process by first picking an edge. Here, green is on top of the blue center. I need green to be on top of the green center, so I rotate the top until green matches to the green center. Once they match, I turn the front twice. 1, 2. Now I have 2 white edges around the yellow center. I pick one of the white edges, and I see orange, but the orange is on top of the red center. So I turn the top until the orange matches to the orange center. Once it matches, I turn the front twice. 1, 2. Finally, I have 1 white edge next to the yellow center. This is blue, and it's on top of the green center. I turn the top twice to match the blue to the blue center. And now this matches, I turn the front twice. 1, 2. When you have no white edges around the yellow center, you should have a white cross. Notice that the white-blue edge matches with the blue center, the white-red edge matches with the red center, the white-green edge matches with the green center, and the white-orange edge matches with the orange center. Now that you're done with step 2, you'll notice that it was easier than step 1, but I still recommend you shut off the DVD and practice until you're comfortable. And when you're ready, feel free to go on to step 3. We're done with step 2, and we have a white cross. The goal here is to solve the entire white side. In order to do this, we need to put 4 white corners into the bottom layer. Throughout the rest of this solve, make sure your yellow center is on top and your white cross is on bottom. I need to look for white stickers in the top layer that face me. Here's a white sticker, and it's on a corner. There are 3 stickers on this corner. One is white, one is red, and one is blue. I'm not worrying about the red one because it's on top next to the yellow center. Instead, I look to the side, and I see the blue right now diagonally matches to a green center. I need the blue to diagonally match to a blue center. I do this by turning the top until the blue matches to the blue center. Here, the blue matches to the blue center. The blue is on the right side, so I'm going to do my first move. I'm going to move the right side up. I'm going to take my right index finger and pull the top towards me, and I'm going to move the right side back down. I need to do this 3 more times. First, I'm going to look for a white sticker that faces me in the top layer. Here's a white sticker that faces me. I look to the side, not on top, and see that I have an orange sticker that diagonally matches to a green center. I need the orange to diagonally match to the orange center, so I turn the top until the orange is matching to the orange center. Now that this matches, it's on the left side, so I'm going to do the same thing, but with my left hand. First, I move the left side up. Then I take my left index finger and I pull the top towards me. And then I move the left side back down. Here is another white sticker that faces me in the top layer. To the side, I see I have an orange sticker, but it's right now diagonally matching to the green center. So I need to turn the top until the orange matches to the orange center. And now it's on the right side, so I'm going to move the right side up. I'm going to take my right index finger and pull the top towards me and move the right side back down. Finally, there's one more to do. I'm going to look around for a white sticker that faces me. Here it is. To the side, I have a red sticker, and it is diagonally matching to the blue center. I need the red to match to the red center, so I turn the top until the red is matching to the red center. The red sticker is on the right side, so I'm going to use my right hand again. Right side up. I take my right index finger, I pull the top towards me, and then I move the right side back down. When you are done, you should have the white side all solved. You'll also notice that the sides also match. These 3 blue match with the blue center. These 3 red match with the red center. These 3 green match with the green center. And these 3 orange match with the orange center. We have solved what is 1 layer. There are a couple cases which might be tricky. Let's go over them. Remember I said to look for white stickers that face you in the top layer. Sometimes there are no white stickers that face you in the top layer. Instead, we have a white sticker that faces towards the ceiling, next to the yellow center. In order to correct this, we need to bring the white sticker so that it faces you. This white sticker right now is directly over another white sticker. To correct this, I need to turn the top until this white sticker is over a non-white slot. Now, this white is directly over an orange sticker. It's on the right side, so I'm going to turn the right side up, and instead of turning the top just once, I'm going to turn it twice. 1, 2, and now I move the right side back down. What that does is it moves the white sticker and places it so that it faces me. Now I can put it in like I did before. Here is a white sticker. To the side is blue. This blue right now diagonally matches to the orange center, so I'm going to turn the top until the blue matches to the blue center. Now that it does, it's on the right side, so I'm going to move the right side up. I'm going to pull the top towards me once with my right index finger, and I'm going to move the right side back down. Let's look at another case. There are no white stickers facing me in the top layer, and there are no white stickers next to the yellow center, but my white side is not solved. These two pieces are wrong. I need to take them out and put them in correctly. I do this simply by doing the same thing that I did before. This is on the right side, and I'd like to take it out. So I move the right side up. I take my right index finger, and I pull the top towards me, and I move the right side back down. Now, this white sticker is on the top layer, and I can correct it using one of the things I have shown you before. You're done with step 3, and you have the entire white face solved. We recommend that you turn off the DVD and practice. And when you're ready, feel free to move on to step 4. We've done step 3, and we have the white side solved, and we also have the first layer. For step 4, we're going to solve the second layer. In order to do this, we want to look on the top, and we want to look for edges without yellow stickers. Here's the yellow center. This edge has blue and yellow. Because it has a yellow sticker, I'm going to ignore it for now and look for another edge. This edge here has blue and red. This red right now is on top of the green center. I need the red to be on top of the red center. So I'm going to rotate the top until the red matches to the red center. Here, the red matches to the red center. I need to decide if the edge is going to go into the left or to the right. In order to do this, I look on top, and I have a blue sticker. On the left, I have a blue center. And on the right, I have a green center. So I know this edge wants to go to the left. Because it wants to go to the left, I'm going to start with my left hand by taking my left index finger and pulling the top towards me. Then I take the left side and I move it up. And then I take my index finger again and move the top towards me. Finally, I move the left side down. These 4 moves actually mess up the cube. You can see that there's a white corner here. We can put the white corner into the first layer again by using what we learned in step 3. Here's a white sticker. Next to it, we have a blue sticker, and it diagonally matches to the red center. So we want to turn the top until the blue matches to the blue center. Now that this matches, this is on the right side, so I'm going to use my right hand. Right side up, right index finger pulls the top towards me, and then from the right side back down. What this does is it pulls in the red-blue edge. We have to do this 3 more times, 1 for each edge. So we're going to look on top for edges without yellow stickers. Here's an edge without a yellow sticker. We have red and green. This green is on top of the blue center right now, so I'm going to turn the top until the green matches to the green center. Now that it matches, I need to decide if I want to put this edge into the left or to the right. I look on top and I see a red sticker. On my left, I have red, and on my right, I have orange. So I know that this edge wants to go into the left. Because it wants to go left, I'm going to start with my left hand. With my left index finger, I'm going to pull the top towards me. I'm going to move the left side up. I'm going to take the index finger and pull the top towards me again, and move the left side back down. Now I've disrupted the corner, and I need to perform the steps that I did in step 3. Here's the white corner. Next to this is a red sticker, and it diagonally matches to the green center. I'm going to turn the top until the red matches to the red center. And now this is on the right side, so I'm going to use my right hand. Right side goes up. Index finger pulls the top towards me, and then the right side goes down. And this pulls in the red-green edge. We've done this twice. We need to do this 2 more times for the 2 remaining edges. So let's look on top for edges without yellow stickers. This edge here has yellow and red, so I'm going to ignore it and look for another one. This one here has orange and green, but the green is on top of the blue center. So I'm going to rotate the top until the green is matching to a green center. Now we have the green matching to the green center. We have to decide if this edge wants to go to the left or to the right. In order to do this, I look on top and I see I have an orange sticker. On my left, I have a red center, and on my right, I have an orange center. So I know this piece wants to go to the right. I begin with my right hand. My index finger pulls the top towards me. I move the right side up. I pull the top towards me again, and then I move the right side down. This has disrupted a corner, so I'm going to fix it using what I learned in step 3. Here's my white corner, and to the side, I have orange. This orange is next to a green center, so I need to make the orange diagonally match to the orange center. I rotate the top until the orange diagonally matches to the orange center, and now I see that this piece is on the left. So to put it in using what I learned in step 3, I move the left side up, I take my left index finger and I pull the top towards me, and then I move the left side back down. We only have one edge left. Let's find it in the top layer. Here it is. We have orange and blue, and the blue already matches to the blue center. The orange is on my left, so this wants to go to the left. So I'm going to begin this 4-move sequence with my left hand. Index finger pulls the top towards me, left side up, index finger again, left side back down, and now I have to correct the corner using what I did in step 3. Here's my white corner. Next to this is orange, and the orange is diagonally matching to the blue. So I'm going to turn the top until the orange matches to the orange center. Now this is on the right. I'm going to take my right hand and perform step 3. Right side up, right index finger pulls the top towards me, and then the right side back down. And what this does is, now I have the entire second layer solved. There are a couple cases that might be tricky. Let's take a look at them. Here's the first case. You'll notice that all 4 edges in the top layer have yellow stickers, but the middle is not solved. This edge is flipped the wrong way. What we want to do is, we want to take it out and put it in the right way. In order to do this, we use step 4 again. Simply, this edge is in the right, and so I'm going to start with my right hand. I use my right index finger, I pull the top towards me, right side goes up, index finger again pulls the top towards me, and then the right side goes down. Now I have to correct the corner using step 3. Here's the white corner, next to it is blue, and it's next to an orange center. So I need to match the blue to a blue center, and now it's on the left. So I use my left hand, and I move the left side up. I use my left index finger, I pull the top towards me, and then I bring the left side back down. This doesn't actually solve this edge, but it's brought the edge to the top layer, where now I can put it in properly. Here is the edge, blue, orange, but the orange is on top of a red center. So I'm going to turn the top until the orange matches to the orange center. And now I'm going to put it in correctly. This piece wants to go to the right because the blue is on the right side. I start with my right hand, right index finger pulls the top towards me, right side up, right index finger again, and now the right side back down. Now I need to correct the corner and do what I did in step 3. Here's the white corner, this is blue, and it's diagonally matching to an orange. So I'm going to turn the top until the blue matches to the blue center. Now that it does, I see this match and it's on the left side. So I'm going to move the left side up, flick the top towards me with my left index finger, and move the left side back down. Here's another case which is similar to what we just saw. You'll notice on the top we have 4 edges, but they all have yellow stickers, and the middle layer is not solved. Let's look at the middle layer. In the middle layer, we have 2 pieces that are in the wrong place. In order to put them in the right place, I'm going to take one of them out, and then I'm going to put it in the right place. The second one will come out, and I will simply put that one in its right place. We're going to use the moves that we just learned. Why don't we start with the left? With my left hand, I'm going to use my left index finger and pull the top towards me. The left side goes up, the left index finger pulls the top towards me again, and now the left side goes down. And now we need to correct the corner. Here's the white, orange does not match with the blue, and so we turn the top until it does. It's on the right side, so the right side goes up, the index finger pulls the top towards me, and the right side goes down. Now we look on top, and we have an edge without a yellow sticker. Blue and red. I can simply do what I've been doing before. Match the red to the red center. The blue wants to go to the left. Left hand, index finger, left side up, index finger, left side down, and now correct this corner. Right side up, right index finger, now the right side back down. We have one more edge to correct. We have the blue-orange edge, and we want to put it in to complete the middle layer. Here is the blue, and here's the orange, and it already matches to the orange center. The blue wants to go into the right side, so I'm going to use my right hand. First, by pulling the top towards me, right side up, top towards me again, right side down, and now I'm going to fix this corner using step 3. This blue needs to match the blue center, and now it's on the left side, so I'm going to move the left side up, index finger pulls the top towards me, and now the left side goes back down. Now that you're done with step 4, and you have the first 2 layers solved, we recommend you shut off the DVD and practice, and when you're ready, you can move on to step 5. We use notation to represent the various moves that we are going to make. What this means is that we have a letter to represent each turn of the cube, so that we can write it out for memorization. The letter U represents the upper. The letter F represents the front. The letter R represents the right. The letter L represents the left. The letter B represents the back. And the letter D represents down. If you have a single letter, it means turn that face clockwise 1/4 turn. U clockwise looks like this. R clockwise looks like this. We look at the right side, and this way is clockwise. L clockwise looks like this. We look at the left side, and this way is clockwise. If you have a prime after the letter, it means you turn it counterclockwise 1/4 turn. U prime means turn the top counterclockwise 1/4 turn. L prime means turn the left side counterclockwise 1/4 turn. R prime means turn the right side counterclockwise 1/4 turn. If we have a 2 after the letter, it means you turn that side twice. F2 would look like this. U2 looks like this. A series of moves written out is called an algorithm. This may sound complicated, but it's really nothing more than a recipe. The first algorithm we're going to do looks something like this. We've solved the first 2 layers. In order to complete step 5, we need to make a cross on the yellow side. Let's try this algorithm. F clockwise, U clockwise, R clockwise, U counterclockwise, R counterclockwise, F counterclockwise. In order to make a yellow cross, we need to look at the top layer. I have two edges that have yellow, and I need to flip the other two. Notice my two edges are adjacent to each other. I need to make a backwards L. What that means is I need a yellow piece here in the 12 o'clock position and one here in the 9 o'clock position. In order to do this, I'm going to rotate the cube so that I have a backwards L. Now, the algorithm should give me a yellow cross. Let's try the algorithm. F, U, R, U prime, R prime, and F prime. Now you see I have a yellow cross. There are two other cases. You might not always have two yellow edges adjacent to each other. Let's look at another case. In this case, we have a yellow bar. Here, I'm just going to perform the algorithm, and it will take me to the backwards L. Let's try the algorithm. F, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime. If I rotate the cube, now I'm ready to do the algorithm and get myself to the yellow cross. F, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime. There's one more case. Let's take a look. Here, you see we have no yellow edges. If I do the algorithm, it will bring me to the yellow bar. From the yellow bar, I can get to the yellow backwards L, and that will take me to the cross. Let's do the algorithm to see that we actually get a yellow bar. F, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime. Now I have a yellow bar. It actually doesn't matter from this point if I hold the bar this way or this way. So just do the algorithm, and it will take you to the yellow backwards L. Now that you're done with step 5, you have a yellow cross, and you're only 3 steps away from completing the cube. We recommend that you shut off the DVD, practice, and when you feel comfortable, move on to step 6. Now we have a yellow cross. In order to solve step 6, we want to make the entire top all yellow. The first thing to look is to see how many corners have yellow stickers on them. Let's look at some examples. In this example, we have one corner that has a yellow sticker. On this cube, we have 2 corners with a yellow sticker. Here, we have no corners with yellow stickers on top. Here, we have 3. Actually, if you have 3 corners, someone's probably messing with you. The only way to fix this is actually to take it apart and flip it back into place. Here, we have 1 corner with yellow on top. If we have 1 corner with yellow on top, we want it in the bottom left. So we turn the cube until we have the corner in the bottom left. Now, we perform the algorithm. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Here, we have 0 corners with yellow on top. We need to have a yellow sticker on the left, on the side, right here. This sticker here is blue, so I'm going to rotate the cube until the sticker in this position is yellow. Now, the sticker is green, and now the sticker is yellow. Once I have the cube in this position, I'm going to perform the same algorithm. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And now you see I have one corner with yellow on top. I'm simply going to place this corner in the bottom left, and I'm going to do the same thing again. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And now my entire top is yellow. Let's look at the case when we have two corners with yellow on top. Here we have two corners with yellow on top. It's similar to the case where we have 0 corners with yellow on top, except we want a yellow sticker in front on the left here. This sticker right now is green, so I'm going to turn the cube until this sticker here is yellow. Now it's blue. It's still blue. And now it's yellow. So I'm going to perform the same algorithm. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Now I have one corner with yellow on top. It's in the bottom left, so I'm going to do the algorithm again. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. You see, I still have one corner with yellow on top. Occasionally, you will need to perform this algorithm a few times. Here, we still have one corner with yellow on top. We need to put it in the bottom left. And now we're going to do the algorithm one more time. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. You're done with step 6, and you have the entire yellow face solved. You've only got 2 more things left to do, and you'll be able to solve the cube. We recommend that you shut off the DVD, practice, and when you're ready, move on to step 7. Now we're done with step 6, and we have the entire top all yellow. What we need to do now is solve the corners on the top layer. To do that, we're going to look for 2 colors that match on the side. Here, my entire top is yellow, but these 2 stickers do not match. This is orange, and this is red. This is red, and this is green, so we don't have a match. These 2 are both blue, and so they match. Once we have a match, we're going to face this match away from us. And now we're going to perform the algorithm. R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. Now you see I have matching colors on all the sides of the corners. All I need to do now is line everything up, and I'm done with step 7. Sometimes when you get to this step, you might not have any corners that match on the sides. It turns out it doesn't matter which way we hold it, we just do the algorithm. R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. Now you see I have matching colors. I face this away from me, and I do the algorithm again. R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. And now all the corners match. All I need to do now is line them up with their respective sides. You're done with step 7, and you're almost done with the cube. There are only a couple things left. We recommend that you shut off the DVD and practice, and when you're ready, you can move on to step 8 and complete the Rubik's Cube. We've solved all the last layer corners, so all we have left to solve are the last layer edges. Here, I have 3 edges that need to be solved. We're going to solve all 3 edges simultaneously. My red side here is complete, so I'm going to face that to the back. Notice here that this green edge in the middle wants to go towards the left. Now we're going to do an algorithm. F2, and now I'm going to turn U towards the green side. R prime, L, F2, L prime, R, U again towards the green side, and then F2. And that solves the cube. Sometimes the edge will want to go the other way. Let's look at an example. Here, I have 3 edges that need to be fixed. My blue side is solved, so I'm going to face that towards the back. This edge here is orange, and it wants to go to the right. The algorithm starts the same, F2, but I'm going to do U prime towards the orange side instead. R prime, L, F2, L prime, R, U prime towards the right again, and then F2. And that solves the cube. You might have 4 edges that need to be solved instead of just 3. In order to solve this, we can perform the algorithm, and it will take us to a case where we only have 3 edges left to solve. Let's take a look. You can see here we have 4 edges that need to be solved. It doesn't matter which side you face towards you, and it doesn't matter which algorithm you pick. Let's try the algorithm with U. F2, U, R prime, L, F2, L prime, R, U, F2. Now you see we only have 3 sides that need to be solved. I'm going to face the completed blue side away from me, and I'm going to do the same thing. This red wants to go to the left, so I'm going to do U. F2, U, R prime, L, F2, L prime, R, U, and F2. Well, that's it. With a little practice, you can solve a cube no matter how anyone scrambles it.
Wow, I can't believe I did this.
Congratulations on your first solve, Anna. That was great.
Thanks. I just wish I could solve it a little faster. I hear you can solve the cube faster than anyone. Will you show me?
Sure, watch this.
You gotta be kidding me. That's amazing.
Well, that was actually magic, but we're going to show you that you don't have to be a magician to learn to solve the Rubik's Cube in a matter of seconds.
Excellent. Let's bring Tyson back and learn about speed cubing.
Speed cubing is the art of solving the cube for time. It's important to know that we all have to start somewhere, so don't feel bad if it takes you 10 minutes or so to solve the Rubik's Cube. With a bit of practice, you can be solving the cube in a matter of seconds. Since you want to get faster, let's take a look at step 1. You don't actually need to do step 1. You can skip straight to step 2 as long as you can put 4 white edges around the white center in the correct order. Here's the white center. All we need to do is put 4 white edges around the white center in the same order. The order around the cube is green, orange, blue, and red. As long as I can put the 4 white edges in the correct order around the white center, I can skip straight to step 2. Let's look at an example. Here's the white-blue edge. I'm going to put this next to the white center first. Here's the white-orange edge. This needs to go right next to the blue. I'm going to move it out of the way, make sure it's next to the blue, and put it in place. Here is the white-red edge. It also needs to go next to the blue, but on the other side. Finally, the white-green edge only has 1 spot left to go. And there's a white cross. Notice, not only do I have a white cross, but this green matches to the green center, this red matches to the red center, this blue matches to the blue center, and this orange matches to the orange center. So we've done step 2 without actually doing step 1. There are a couple ways to practice making the white cross. First, you can practice memorizing the moves you need to make. That way, when you make the white cross, you don't actually have to search for your pieces. Also, you can try making the white cross in as fewest moves as possible. It should never take you more than 8 moves. When you buy a Rubik's Cube, sometimes it doesn't move as smoothly as you would like for speed solving. You can make your cube move faster by taking a piece out and spraying silicone lubricant inside. In order to take a piece out, first turn the top layer halfway and then pull out an edge. Don't try to pull out a corner, you'll break your cube. Once the edge is out, you can spray silicone lubricant inside. Then simply put the edge back in place, give your cube a couple turns to get everything even, and your cube should feel faster. When you see speed cubists in competition, you probably notice that they turn the cube very fast. Let's look at how to connect the moves of the algorithms so that you can also turn the cube very fast. When you see an R and a U, try to connect them together. R, U. I can use my thumb and my 3rd and 4th finger to turn R, and my right index finger to do U. There are some other combinations we can look at as well. Let's look at R, U, R prime, U prime. R, U, R prime I just grab back with my right hand, and my left index finger is free to do U prime. These moves can be connected so that you can perform the algorithms very fast. Let me show you what R, U, R prime, U prime looks like at full speed. Try to find ways to connect the moves. The more moves you can connect, the faster you'll be able to perform the algorithm. Speed solving requires more algorithms. These algorithms are provided to you on the DVD in the form of PDF files. Please print them out before continuing. F2L stands for first 2 layers. This is basically a combination of steps 3 and 4. What we do is, when we place the corner, we also place its corresponding edge. Let's take a look at an example. There are 41 different cases for F2L. For each slot, you need to find the corresponding corner and edge, match the appropriate algorithm, and execute it. This is case number 39. We need to put the blue, white, red corner here, and the corresponding blue-red edge here. We have a white sticker on top, and this red here is a different color from this blue here. All we need to do now is the algorithm for case number 39. U2, R, U, R prime, U, R, U prime, R prime. OLL stands for Orient Last Layer. This is a combination of steps 5 and 6. Instead of solving yellow cross and then making the entire top yellow, you're going to do this all in one step. Please get the printout of your OLLs. You're going to need this to continue. This is the algorithm for case number 40. The gray boxes represent the yellow stickers on top, and the lines on the side represent the yellow stickers on the side. R prime, F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, R. And now the entire yellow side is solved. There are 57 different cases for OLL. These can all be found on your PDF file. I would recommend you do cases 21 to 27 first. They will help you do step 6 more quickly. PLL stands for Permute Last Layer. This is a combination of steps 7 and 8. Instead of solving your corners and then your edges, you're going to do this all in one step. Please have your printout of PLLs ready. This is case number 8. We need to switch 2 corners and 2 edges. If we perform the algorithm, it will solve the cube. We need to switch these 2 corners and these 2 edges. R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime. And now the cube is solved. There are 21 different PLLs. All you need to do is identify the case and use the necessary algorithm to solve it. There are many algorithms for F2L, OLL, and PLL. It might be hard to remember all of them at once. Instead, it's best to take a couple and do them over and over again until you have them committed to memory. In a speed solve, F2L takes probably the most time, so you should work on that first and try to get your time down on the F2L. OLL and PLL are just simple algorithms that you apply blindly to the cube.
That's fascinating. I always wondered how you could solve it so quickly. I clearly have a lot of practicing to do.
You're right, Anna. It does take a lot of work, but not nearly as much work as what you're about to learn. Tyson's going to teach us how to solve the cube blindfolded.
Don't be intimidated by the thought of this. I'm going to break down the blindfold solve into a simple process that anyone can understand. It'll take some time, but you'll get it if you give it your best shot. Before attempting the blindfold solve, you should be very comfortable with the speed solve. Blindfold solving is different in that we keep fixed centers for the top and for the front. I personally use white and green. There are 2 main steps to blindfold solving: orientation and permutation. We're going to start with orientation, and we're going to first learn how to orient the corners. The goal is to twist the corners. We need to twist the corners so that we have yellow and white stickers on top and yellow and white stickers on bottom. Provided is a list of algorithms that lets you twist the corners without affecting the rest of the cube. Let's look at this example. Here we have 3 corners that need to be twisted clockwise. Let's try the algorithm that does this. R, U, R2, U prime, R2, U, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U. Let's look at another example. In this example, we also have 3 corners that need to be twisted clockwise. This corner here, and these 2 corners here. If I do F prime, I bring this corner to the top layer. Now, the 3 corners are right here. So I can do the algorithm as I did it before. R, U, R2, U prime, R2, U, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U. Now, I just have to put the corner back by reversing the setup move, F. And now all the corners are oriented. Now we're going to work on edge orientation. Remember, you have to keep your centers fixed. I keep white on top and green in front. There are certain rules that define good and bad edges. If the edge is in the top layer and it has white or yellow, it is good if the white or yellow sticker faces on top. This edge is good because the yellow faces on top. This edge is bad because the white faces to the side. If the edge is in the bottom layer and it has white or yellow, it is good if it faces towards the bottom. This edge is bad because the white faces to the side. If an edge is in the middle and it has white or yellow, it is good if the white or yellow sticker faces to the front or to the back. This edge is good because the white faces to the front. This edge is bad because the yellow faces to the side. Now let's take a look at red and orange. If an edge is in the top layer and it has a red or orange sticker, it is good if the red or orange sticker faces to the side. And it's bad if the red or orange sticker faces on top. If an edge is in the middle layer and it has a red or orange sticker, it is good if the red or orange sticker faces to the left or to the right. And it's bad if the red or orange sticker faces towards the front or towards the back. This edge is good because the orange faces to the left. This edge is bad because the orange faces towards the back. Now that you know which edges are good and which edges are bad, all you need to do is flip all the bad edges so that all 12 edges on the cube are good. Here, we need to flip these 2 edges. We have an algorithm that flips 2 edges without disrupting anything else on the cube. This algorithm uses a new letter, the letter M, which stands for middle. Let's do the algorithm. M prime, U, M prime, U, M prime, U2, M, U, M, U, M, U2. We flip 2 edges without disrupting anything else on the cube. Let's look at another example. In this example, we need to flip these 2 edges. We have an algorithm that will flip these 2 edges, so let's move this edge over here, and then we can do our algorithm. We have a setup move, and it's R, B. Now the 2 edges are across from each other, so let's do our algorithm. M prime, U, M prime, U, M prime, U2, M, U, M, U, M, U2. Now all we need to do is reverse our setup moves. B prime, R prime. During orientation, you're allowed to perform algorithms on any side of the cube. You also have no restrictions for your setup moves as long as you reverse them exactly. After you have oriented everything, you can begin permuting the pieces. Let's start with the corners, but first we have to learn about cycles. Let's find our first cycle. I'm going to begin in the top front right corner. Here, I have the white, blue, orange corner. It doesn't belong here, it belongs over here. In this spot, I have the white, blue, red corner. It belongs over here. This corner is white, green, and orange. It belongs over here. This corner is yellow, red, blue. It belongs on the other side of the cube. But in this spot, I have the white, green, red corner, so that brings us back to our starting position. We need to account for all the corners. So let's look at the other slots we haven't touched yet. So far, we've looked at these 5 corners. We've got 3 corners we haven't touched yet, so let's take a look. The first one is here. This is yellow, orange, and green. It doesn't belong here, it belongs over here. This is yellow, blue, and orange. This takes us over here, where we find the yellow, green, and red corner. This brings us back to our starting position, and we've completed the cycle. We have 2 cycles on this cube, and we've accounted for all 8 corners. Now we're ready to begin solving the first cycle. You're allowed to perform your algorithms on the top or on the bottom. If you do it on a different face, you will disrupt your orientation. When we solve cycles, we move 3 pieces at a time. Let's look at our first cycle. We start from here, we move over to here, we move across to here, and then we're going to come back. Let's do the algorithm that moves those 3 pieces in that order. R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. In doing this, we solve 2 elements of the cycle. We've solved this piece and this piece. We've done our first algorithm, and we've cycled these 3 pieces. These 2 pieces are solved, so now all that's left in this cycle are these 3 pieces. We need to get all 3 pieces into the top layer, so let's do B2 as our setup move. Now, my cycle goes from here to here to here. Let's do the algorithm that moves the 3 pieces in that order. R prime, F, R prime, B2, R, F prime, R prime, B2, R2. Now all that's left is to reverse the setup move. Now we are done with this cycle, and we have to solve the remaining cycles on the cube. During corner permutation, you can use single turns on the top and on the bottom for your setup moves. If you use the left, the right, the front, or the back, you must do a double turn or you will mess up your orientation. If a cycle has an even number of elements, you will be left with 2 pieces that need to be switched at the end. We will learn to deal with this later. Now we're ready to permute the edges. First, we need to identify the edge cycles. To solve the edges, we're going to move 3 pieces at a time. I'm going to start in the top front. Here, in the top front, I have white and red. It doesn't belong here. This piece belongs over here. Here, I have a yellow and orange. This takes us to this slot down here. This piece here is orange and green. It moves us up here and takes us to the orange and white, which brings us up here. This piece here is white and green, which brings us back to our starting position and completes the cycle. Let's start this cycle by moving the first 3 pieces around. We need to go from here to here to here. We have an algorithm that can move 3 pieces in the top layer. So let's do L2 as our setup move to bring this edge to the top layer. Now let's do the algorithm that moves the 3 pieces this way. R, U prime, R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R2. And now let's reverse our setup move by doing L2. We solve these 2 pieces, and now the 3 pieces remaining go from here to here to here. Let's bring all 3 pieces to the top layer by doing U prime, L prime as our setup move. And now we need to cycle the pieces this way again. Let's do the algorithm. R, U prime, R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R2. And now let's reverse our setup moves by doing L, U. We've solved the first cycle, and if you have any more cycles at this point, you would do them now. For edge permutation, you have restrictions on the setup moves. If you move the F or the B face, it has to be a double turn. Everything else is allowed. Let's take a look at what we just did again. We need to cycle these three pieces. I could bring all three pieces to the top layer by doing U and F. But F is not a legal setup move. When we turn F, we have to do a double turn. That's why I have chosen to do U prime and L prime. Again, if a cycle has an even number of edges, you will be left with two edges that need to be switched with each other at the end. This is called parity. Let's learn how to solve it now. To solve parity, you're going to have to solve two corners and two corners, two corners and two edges, or two edges with two edges. I'm going to show you one example. Here, I need to switch this corner with this corner, and this edge with this edge. Let's start by bringing the corners to the top layer. I'm going to do this with F2. F2 is a legal setup move when permuting corners. Now, I'm going to bring the edge to the top layer by doing L. L is a legal setup move when permuting edges. Now I need to switch these two corners and these two edges. I can do this using the T permutation. R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime. Now all I need to do is reverse the setup moves. Let's put the edge back with L prime, and let's put the corner back with F2. Parity is hard, and blindfold solving takes a while. On the DVD, we've included a PDF of an example blindfold solve for you to follow. I've given you all the tools you need to solve the Rubik's Cube blindfolded. Now, you need to come up with a way to memorize the cube. It doesn't make sense for me to tell you how I memorized the Rubik's Cube. Everyone's mind works differently. You don't need to work on memorizing the Rubik's Cube until you can solve the cube with this method cited.
Well, that actually seems doable.
It really does, and thanks for breaking it down for us like that, Tyson. I've been working on it for a while. I think I'll have it soon with a little practice.
You're welcome, and yes, you're correct. Out of everything on the DVD you've learned, blindfold solving takes the most patience. But with a bit of effort, I'm sure you'll have a successful solve very soon.
Thank you for joining us. We hope that you've had some fun and picked up some great tips on how to solve the Rubik's Cube. And remember, with a little practice and determination, you can solve the cube.